we're going this time to create the resume table and get it all set up for entering the material that's on page 194 of your book. I'm going to use the sample of Juanita R. Diaz and her resume. First thing I've done is hit return 5 times to make a 2-inch top margin. And now I am going to insert a table with 2 columns and 6 rows. Note that there are no borders on this table, but there are grid lines. Let me show you how you do that. First of all, you're going to click on the table handle here, and I'm going to go to Layout that's up at the very top on this screen. Let me move that in so you can see a little better. Okay, Layout, and I want to make sure it says View Grid Lines, and then I'm going to remove all the borders here right there and say none. And so I should have these grid lines showing. They will not show when the document is printed. See, when I go there, it looks like it's a blank page. That's because those are non-printing characters. So I'm going to go back here. And I want to adjust my column widths so that one is narrower and one is wider. So the way I do that is to go back over there to that layout, and I want to go to properties here. And right there it says that each of my columns now is 3.25 inches. I want to take 2 inches away from column 1. So I'm going to make that a 1.25. Click on next column and make this one, since I want to make it wider, I'm going to take out the 3 and type a 5 so that now my table is set up in the right format for the resume. Now I'm going to go to the first row and merge those cells for the title bar. And for our purposes, I'm just going to paste it in and then I'll talk about it. Okay, the name and address information is in there now. Notice that I had to change the font to Cambria and for 14 point just for her name, and then the rest of this is 12 point. I have put a hard return in between those two things and after it. And when I go down to this next row to begin the objective, education, experience, personal, etc., I'm going to put in another one for this first one only, because we're going to have a border up here where this grid line is, and I want to separate the typing from that border. Now I'm going to go ahead and paste in all the information for these. So hold on a second. Each of those entries in column 1 are going to be bold and all caps. Now when I go to my second column here, I have that enter so that I'm going to be doing my typing right here. I'm going to paste in the material and then show you how to format it. So hold on a sec. Okay, all the material is in there, and now we're going to do some formatting. I've typed in a hard return after each one of the segments to separate the cells from one another. That's going to look much better that way. Now, I'm going to start formatting. This is where she went to school, and these are her accomplishments at school. So I'm going to highlight those. And indent them. I'm going to use that tool right there to indent them. Do the same thing with this one, but remember I can use my format painter. So I'm going to go here, double click on it, highlight that. It's going to be indented. Her job duties in the experience field are also going to be indented. We can do all of that with the format painter. And then turn it off because this last section is going to be bulleted. So I'm just going to highlight that and go ahead and put in some bullets to separate it out. Her two job titles here as an instructor assistant at Murfreesboro, that's going to be in italics, so that's Control I. And then my format painter, only click once because you're only going to have one more, and that's going to be right here. Okay, and our resume is now done. Let me show you what it's going to look like when I go to the print view. There are no lines there. I'm going to put that border on this bottom row right here. So I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go to home and here and bottom border. And our document is completely done and ready to upload and submit to GDP. If you have any questions or get stuck on anything, just pop me an email, post something in the coffee shop, get help if you need it. There you go. Bye-bye.